All right, I got more maintenance. Maintenance over mods, people. Take care of your car and it'll take care of you. I'm gonna be doing the transmission today, so if you're following along or if you just want some quick pointers, I'm not doing a full tutorial, but roughly if you want to follow along, get the car level so you can put on 4 jack stands, or if you have a lift or whatever, find a way to get the car level and above the ground a little bit or off the ground a little bit. First thing you want to do is, before you even get on jack stands, drive the car for a little bit, nothing crazy, just get the fluid moving. Then once you have that, go underneath the car, take that shield off. Once you have that shield off, you'll see the drain bolt, which I'll show you here in a second. You'll see a check bolt, and then you'll also see the fill bolt. First bolt you want to loosen is the fill bolt. Why? Because God forbid you drain all the fluid out and you can't get the fill bolt in or out of the hole, you are going to be stuck with no transmission fluid, and it is not going to be a fun process. So just get your fill bolts out, get your drain plug out, and then make sure you have your tray underneath to catch all that fluid. Wear some safety glasses is what I would recommend. You don't want any of this fluid getting in your eye. Pretty sure you don't want any fluid getting in your eye, but still, wear something. I got gloves on because the car is fucking hot as shit right now, so just be careful. Don't get your hand near or on the flex pipe or the front pipe or the down pipe. It is not going to be fun. All right, so I'm gonna get underneath the car and show you all the 3 bolts. All right, so your drain bolt is going to be this right here. Let me zoom in for you. It's going to be it there. I already went ahead and started draining the fluid, so just keep in mind that's going to be a 3/8. So you can have a ratchet or an adapter, whichever one you want to use. And then the other 2 bolts are going to be up here. Zoom out a little bit if I can. Wait. Sorry guys. All right, so that first bolt you're seeing right here, this one, if it'll focus, right next to this little sign, that is going to be your check bolt, which is the last thing we're going to have to worry about. And then the one above it, you see with that line, see if I can get a little bit more light. Yep, that one right there, that's a 17 mil. That's going to be your fill bolt. Crack it, sorry for the shakiness, weird position. Crack it open and then undo that drain bolt, drain the fluid. We're gonna clean it off, change the washer out. It's a crush washer. And then, well, once we're done with that, close it up, clean it, whatever, and then fill it up. And then I'll show you what to do next. All right, well, this is the drain bolt that you're gonna see. So this is a magnet. Now what you wanna do, let me see if I can get it focused. This end will be dark because it is a magnet, but make sure when you pull this out, you wipe it off, clean it, because this will have shavings from the transmission. A little bit is okay. If you got way too much on there, either step up the interval time or figure out what's going on with that transmission. So I got my little socket attached to it at the moment, but change out this washer that you see and clean off this, the threads, whatever. And then I'm gonna show you guys from underneath what to do next. All right, well, it's really up to you on how much you want to let this drain out. This is just the amount that I'm getting it to. I've seen people do less, I've seen people do more. It's really up to you. If you're staying on top of your transmission fluid, servicing or maintenance, it shouldn't be too much of a worry to let it drain out too much. But no, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and insert. Now watch out, this will be hot if you just drove the car. So if you're like me, make sure you don't accidentally touch your arm to it. Now slowly thread it on there. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is just get some brake clean it off, get a shop towel clean, and then finish threading it in the rest of the way, and give it a 1 or 2 maybe ugga duggas, and then call it a day for this bolt. All right, I got it cleaned up. Let's see here, let me see if I can focus. Yep, yeah, there we go. Cleaned it up. Now I'm just gonna finish threading it in. All right, so once you have your fill bolt out, there's also a washer on there that you're going to change. All 3 of the bolts mentioned in this video, you have to change those washers. Unfortunately for me, neither one of the places that I went to, dealerships, had the fill bolt washer. So I'm just going to be replacing the check bolt and the drain bolt washers. But once you have that fill bolt open, set it to the side, and either you can do a funnel system, which is what I'm going to do, and fill from the top or from the hood area, or you can also get a quart to pump adapter or whatever it's called and just pump straight from the quart from the bottom of the car. So what I'm going to do is figure out, one, how long I need to cut this hose, and then two, snake the hose through the top of the hood area into the transmission, and then slowly start pouring the fluid in. With either method, you do not want to go fast. Most of that fluid will come right back out or spill, or which we don't want happening. You want to use ATF Type 2 fluid. This is what I got. You can get the Acura version too. Pretty sure it's the same exact thing, just different logo. As far as I know, most people that I know that are running the fastest Accords only run the OEM fluid. You can experiment if you want to. I'm not willing to do it because I'm not that advanced or knowledged, but this is what I'm going to use. You need 5 quarts. You need 4.5 technically. What I'm going to do is probably get like 4 and like, I don't even know, like 75% of the 5th quart, just to make sure, and then go ahead and do the rest of the procedure, and I'll show you why we need to use that check bolt at the end. All right, well, I'm already on the 4th quart of the trans fluid. As you can see, I got a little, so this hose, forgot to say this is a 5/8 outer diameter hose, which will be able to go right into a 17 mil. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. Nope, I guess not, but you can see it down there. It's going into that 17 mil opening. As I was saying, it goes into that fill bolt location, which is a 17 mil. Now, I made the mistake of not cutting the hose enough. I'm pretty sure you could get away with like 3, maybe max 4 feet of hose. I think what I got here is like 6, and even then I cut off like a decent chunk of the hose. It's over there on the table. So you should be able to get away with a lot less hose, and it'll be a lot easier. I'm having to hold it up above my head and above the hood just to get the fluid to drain all the way down. Also, make sure you have a drain pan set underneath. You can kind of see it over there, but either way, make sure you have a drain pan underneath, so in case some of the fluid does end up pushing back out, if you went a little bit too fast, it will drain into there and you don't have a bigger mess to clean up. So I'm on the 4th quart now. Make sure you shake up this fluid, all right? Do not forget. I'm not sure what it exactly does, but just follow the steps, man. You'll be straight. And then I'm gonna move on to the 5th, and then after that we're gonna get into the end of this procedure, man. All right, so after you've tightened back up that fill bolt, after filling up your trans fluid, now once you have it tightened up, cleaned and everything, what you want to do is start the car, let it get to operating temperature, wait for the fan to kick on the 2nd time, and then what we want to do is go through the gears, park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then sport, and then back in reverse. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it up. Wait, would help to get the key. All right, well, now that I have the key, all right, so now wait for it. I want the car to get to 168, let's just say ECT of 168 or above. You'll hear the fans kick on, and then you want to hear the fans turn off and then kick on again, and then that's what we're gonna go through these gears. If y'all are wondering why the hell I'm breathing so damn hard, that'll explain it right there. 99 goddamn degrees. But wait for this car. Also, I'm gonna show y'all what to do on the dashboard here, or I guess on the car, so that we reset that transmission maintenance minder as well. So as y'all can see, I'm just before 30,000. I'm tuned, so I really wanted to ideally get this done when I was at 25 or like max 28,000. But hey, shit happens. Still ahead of the schedule technically, but always better to get your oil and transmission fluids done earlier than later, especially if you're pushing more power than stop. All right, now that the car has reached operating temp, this is what we're gonna do. Come over here, since your car is on park, foot on the brake, go ahead and go into reverse. Give it a few seconds. Ideally, you want to give it around 3 seconds in each gear. Neutral. Go into drive. All right, and then you want to go into sport. Once you go into sport, what you want to do is give it a few seconds in each gear. Go into second. Hear a little clunk. Second gear. Go back down. All right, now we want to go back to neutral. Reverse. And then park. Right, so now what we're gonna do is just turn the car off. And then now what we're gonna do is go underneath the car. And then now we're gonna open up that check bolt. Make sure you have your drain pan ready underneath. It's not gonna be a crazy amount of flow, but it's going to drain some fluid out so that we get it to level of where the level should be at. Make sure you put a little bit extra fluid so that you have a little bit come out. You can always drain more. Yeah, you can fill it back up, but again, you don't want to go through the process of filling up the rest of the fluid again after you've already closed it. All right, and just in case y'all are wondering, the check bolt is going to be a 12 mil. So get a 12 mil socket and then crack it open. All right, so now that I have that bolt removed right there, zoom in for you, right there, that bolt. So you see that stream coming out. So what you want is maybe a little bit slower than this. I'm gonna give you an update once it reaches that level, but this is not a bad sign. What you do want though is for sure enough fluid in the transmission, so do not skimp out. You have 5 quarts. If you want to, you could pour the whole full 5 in there and then drain out enough, but this is looking good so far. And be careful, it is going to get hot again underneath here, so make sure I have some gloves or something so you don't burn yourself. Another thing you want to do when you're draining this fluid is see where you're at in terms of fluid life. If it's looking burnt, you need to step up those intervals. Honda says the first one should be at 60, or that's what the dealers are saying. It should be the first transmission fluid service is at 60,000 and 30,000 miles every time after that. But my fluid wasn't looking brand new, but it also wasn't burnt. Just to be on the safe side, I'm still going to step up my intervals to around every 25 or so, just because I'm tuned. All right, so bam, there we go. I got a 2 for 1. So that's the kind of drippage you want to see. That's how you know that, okay, we need to go ahead and close up this bolt. You could even go slightly before that too. So careful, my fingers, my ring finger is basically getting absolutely toasted because it's hot as shit, but tighten it up. Now what I'm gonna do is clean out my fingers and then get some brake clean and clean this off and then finish tightening that bolt up. If you have a washer for it, replace it. For some reason I didn't get the correct one, so I'm not going to do it. Shouldn't be the end of the world though. Torque it down properly and you should be good to go. All right, well, after getting that check bolt in, under shield on, got the car off the jack stands, finally I'm done. Dude, I've been at this for like the past 4 hours, 3 hours. If I didn't have to jack up the car in a weird way with like rhino ramps reversed and then getting a jack on the center jack point, probably would cut down my time by an hour. But live and learn, man. It's my first time doing this shit, so I just thought spontaneously like, hey, let me just try and get whatever I can in terms of footage and maybe help you guys out if y'all want to attempt it. There's better videos out there, no doubt. YouTube, TikTok, which is what I followed while simultaneously trying to film this, so I guess take that for what you will. But it's done. My shift from park to reverse or drive to reverse, overall just shifting is a lot smoother now. I'm gonna take a shower and then probably take this car out for a spin, see how it drives, and then yeah, I mean everything so far feels better than before. I don't know if Honda skimped out on a little bit of fluid from factory, but I don't think it shifted this smoothly ever. So, all right, man. I appreciate y'all watching this shit. If y'all want to, drop a like, comment what I can improve on or whatever, man. Y'all let me know.